hello and welcome to Through the Static. That was abrupt, Mark. Out of nowhere. You just caught me out of nowhere. But I'm here, is Stephen the Medium, and you're listening to Through the Static. And I have my wonderful co-host here, I hope.
No, I'm here. I am excited to be here, and I'm laughing because Mark just said, I hope I can get through the hour without boom, and started with that bam.
Well, who are you, by the way?
I'm Coach Elix.
Coach Elix is in the house, and Mark, the slippery fingers, slippery Pete producer is also here. So, but I hope everybody is good. And I was Elix and I just did a Facebook Live. I did an Instagram Live quickly, then I switched over to Facebook Live to say hi to everybody. And I know everybody appreciated this. I showed everybody my spin art from when I was 5 years old. How was that, Elix?
It was very you. Very you. It's like, again, every time I go up to your office, I just never know what I'm going to discover. Because it's like a treasure, well, that's the better way to put it.
No, that's exact. See, finally you label it the way it is. It's a treasure trove. That's what it is. It's everything is very important. But when I'm still, I was mentioning that we sold my mom's house in the end of 2013, and I'm still going through some stuff. It's not that there was so much stuff to go through. It's just that, it's just been difficult to go through like my mom's stuff, and we just hit a year that she's been gone, and so I slowly go through it, and I think there's a part of me that just doesn't want it to be over. Like it's very emotional, but in there's also a happy piece when I go and find stuff. But my mom kept everything, and I just pulled out this spin art that they used to have at carnivals, and it says on it Stephen Masick, age 5, and I did it, and it's like one of those psychedelic spin art things. It's really, really cool. It's really cool going through everything and seeing everything, and right, Elix, right.
Yeah, right. It is.
And we're having such a beautiful day today. We're hanging in there. We just bought 2 new bird feeders, and we're just adding to the collection. And this week, we have so many birds on the Cape that we didn't have in Norton. And I know it's because we bought her a conservation property, which is I think 22 acres. So it's big, and a pond. It's beautiful, but there's a lot of different birds I've never seen, and a ton of woodpeckers that are on the sweet cakes that we put out. And there's one that is called a red belly woodpecker, and it's a big woodpecker, but the top of its head is red. So naturally, anyone who knows me knows that I named her Lucy for the Lucy Show, or I Love Lucy, right? Because Lucille Ball was always a redhead. And so Sunday we were having dinner, and Elix had his mom, who is living downstairs in the in-law apartment, come up. And because we're either bringing food down or bringing her up, so it was just easier to have her up and have a different environment and whatnot. And I was praying that Lucy would show up, because Consuelo, Elix's mom, at 95, loves seeing birds. We actually put 2 bird feeders out front of her front door so she can see the birds, which she loves. And so I'm standing at the window with Consuelo, and I am pretty much saying, Lucy, come on, Lucy. And then I realize, I'm like, oh my God, Elix, what's wrong with me? She's not coming. Of course she's not coming. You got to call her because you're Hispanic, just like the show, and say, hey, Lucy, and he'll come right away, right?
Yeah, and there goes the
my audience,
race inequality, audience conversation, sensitive conversation of the day.
I thought it was pretty funny.
The Hispanic should be calling Lucy the bird, because of course she's only going to understand me. Just saying.
Hey, listen. First of all, I'm funny. At least I think I'm funny. I thought it was very funny. Your mother laughed, and she's from Puerto Rico, so. But it wasn't.
Because she has the same exact. Honestly, people, I've never seen anything like it. She has the same sense of humor as Steven. The two of them laugh for what I would call the dumbest things on earth, and the both of them would laugh like no tomorrow. And I'm
Well, I'm
like,
silly. I
you are
am.
silly.
I
Yeah,
am
you
very
are
silly.
silly.
I can't help it. But I thought it was funny. And well, listen, that's just part of the show of I Love Lucy, right? I mean, she was
I guess
married to a
so.
Cuban. So, and before I forget and go no further, I meant to do this right at the top of the hour. Happy, happy, happy birthday to one of my BFFs, Susan Marie Dame. Happy birthday today. It's her birthday, and Susan and I have been friends since high school days. So I throw out a huge shout out and celebration to Susan Marie Dame, or as the inner circle calls her, Croaks. Her
Croaks,
nickname
happy
is
birthday,
is
Susie.
Croaks. And where do you know where Croaks came from?
I don't know.
From so there's like this the sort of like the triangle. There's me, you've probably heard me talk about my best friend Paul J. Martin and Susan, right? So there's the three of us that have been Paul and I met Paul even before Susan, and Paul and Susan grew up with each other. So this has been a long period of time that we've all known each other, and at some point Paul and I used to call Susie Croquettes. I don't know why. That's just what we were doing. And then somehow we lost the Susie and we lost the Crow, and we just kept the Cats. And that just kind of turned into Croaks, I guess. I don't know. So her nickname is Croaks.
Her name is Croaks, but we also have another birthday to celebrate. Well, two of them. That would
Yes.
be Miss Ellie. I hope she's
Yes.
listening.
She
And
better
Mr.
be.
Clark. We haven't met Mr. Clark. Well, the senior, we know Mr. Clark Jr., but Mr. Clark Senior and Miss Ellie are celebrating birthdays. One today and one this weekend. Is that right, Mark?
I think it is. I don't think he can answer us because we're remote, Elix, but I'm almost positive that's what he said. But happy birthday to Miss Ellie, who is the sweetest, just sweetest individual you will ever meet. Just the most
Yeah.
empathetic and sensitive and funny and
And
caring.
generous.
We
She
could just go on and
is
on and on.
super generous.
Yeah.
You know, she spoils us rotten with cookies, cakes, all kinds of stuff, and good in presents.
Yeah. Who doesn't love presents? So I think we're going to take a break. 508-222-1320 is the number to call in. And when we get back, if there's calls, I will start doing readings. So we will be right back. And welcome back to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium with Coach Elix. And let me go right to the phones. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
I'm Carrie.
Hi, Carrie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, too. You have like the sweetest voice. I love it. So, Carrie, before I picked you up on the call, I kept hearing someone in your loved one, someone in spirit, keep talking about February. There's something. There's a birthday, anniversary of there's something February.
Yes.
Okay. Is I love Carrie. Yes. Is it a birthday?
No.
It's an anniversary?
Yes.
Okay, so happy anniversary, whichever it is. It's just there's a my God, there's a lot here, Carrie, coming. I almost said who's the father figure, but then I went to the mother figure, and I keep going back and forth. So is this is a grandmother? Mom is here, right?
My mom is here. Yep.
Right. Okay.
So,
because she's living.
Yes.
Yes, perfect. Because when I checked and just, sometimes they'll answer me, sometimes they don't. And they come through and just say mother figure and mother energy. It could be mom or grandmother. But this is definitely grandmother, she told me. So that's why I thought your mom was still here. And, but there's also a really strong father figure who's not answering me. So is this dad or is this also a grandfather?
Well, it could be either, but.
So your dad is crossed?
My dad is crossed, yeah.
Okay, so who's the Ann or who's the A name connected to you?
My mom is Ann.
Wow, so I love that they just yelled out Ann just to give a validation. And a lot of times, Carrie, people always forget that our loved ones so this is your mother's mother. Your grandmother on your mom's side is crossed?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's just her yelling out to your mom. But people forget that people in spirit yell out people's names that are here because they're like so excited they want to say hi. And Carrie, there's something with a bracelet. There's something a charm bracelet. Who had a charm bracelet, or what's the connection to it looks to me like a charm bracelet. There's a bracelet and things are hanging from it. Do you have one? Did your mother or grandmother have one?
Probably.
I always tell Carrie, I always tell people that when spirit gives me these specific things, there's always a reason for it. And your grandmother just said, my granddaughter knows. She knows. So if it's not coming to your memory, just hang on to it.
Sure.
Okay. And there's did your mother or did someone lose a brother or sister?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I just heard someone say, so is this your brother or sister, or is this a generation up? Whose sister or brother is this?
It's probably my mom's.
Okay. I thought it was her level, but I wasn't really sure. But does she just have one sibling crossed?
No.
So there's wow.
Two.
Wow, okay. Is she the last one?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
But the reason why I asked that is because they gave me my symbol for someone lost a brother or a sister who's in spirit, but then they also gave me a validation to another number one, meaning that either there's like one girl left, or or your mother's the oldest. There's something with the one connection in addition to someone crossed. So also just keep that with you. And who's Chris? Who's the C or K name? Like Kevin or Chris or Kathy connected here?
So, like living?
Living or crossed?
Well, there's a lot of K's in our family.
Okay, so that's not uncommon that spirit will do that, especially if there's in your family there's a lot of different letters. I mean, different names with the same beginning letter, like C or K. But
yeah,
Carrie,
so
you don't.
Kevin, Carrie, and Kate.
Oh my God! No wonder why they give me
Melissa and Megan. So that's
wow.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something, Carrie. You got to think of this bracelet. Your grandmother is driving me crazy with this bracelet, and
Okay.
and it is it actually also could be like Pandora. Was that the name of it? Pandora. I don't remember
Yeah,
the.
I know what you mean. The charms, yeah.
Yeah, but it also could be
She used to
someone
have
here. What was that?
Scarab bracelets or something. I think she used to wear scarab. I don't know.
What are those?
But they're just like stone. They're stones that they like. Both my grandmothers had them. They're just stones, and they're, yeah. It was called a scarab bracelet, but they both wore those, I believe.
Wow. So maybe that's exactly what they're
I
giving
don't
as
know. I'll ask my mom about it though.
as a validation. And but I think there's also someone here, like a nephew, niece, or someone, a younger girl that has or wants, like loves charm bracelets. That's what your grandmother keeps talking about. It's living. Someone's living. So just who's the G or J name? Jenna or Justin or Justy? There's a G or J connection. That's what your grandmother's giving me for somebody, and it actually could even be middle name, last name. I never really know when they give me names, who they are. But I think what they're doing is just connecting me to whoever this may possibly be. And what's also the 5, Carrie? There's something with 5.
There's 5 kids in my family.
Oh, that would be it. So it's also just a way to let you know that it is connected to one of. Did you have nieces and nephews?
I do. Yep.
Yeah. So make sure you keep it with you. And there's a J or G middle name someone's got. One of the kids has a middle GJ name. I don't know if this is like Gary, a guy, or a girl, but I love how Carrie's going through all the names. Like, wait, what? What? Wait. I mean,
yeah. I'm trying to think of like everyone's middle name right now.
Yeah, well, you know what? The great thing is, and I know you talked about both grandmothers. Both grandmothers are also here. And by the way, there's a big dog here. There's a dog in spirit that also feels like it's validating a dog that's living, that someone's got very closely connected to you. But this dog, I don't know if it's the one crossed or here, but it's bigger. It's like a lab or a retriever or a shepherd.
Holy crap. So wait,
What
are you saying it's connecting to a dog here?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Shoot. My sister and I were just talking last night about my golden retriever, and she's right now in the process of losing her 14-year-old lab and trying to decide.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Carrie. Oh my God. That's like a 3 oh my gods I just said. I got goose pimples through my entire body. Wow. I love the fact that your baby is actually looking after your sister's baby. Wow. That's just.
She's going to die when I tell you.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, and it's a great thing.
We were just crying about it last night. Oh,
and Carrie, that's something everybody listening. That's not a surprise. The more often than not, that your loved ones will bring up a conversation. I can't tell you how many times people will say exactly what you just said when I bring something up, and someone's, oh my God, me and my friend, me and my sister, my brother, we just talked about that today or yesterday, and that's why they do it. And it's a way, Carrie, for you to know that your grandparents were standing right there when you were just like having that discussion, and that they're physically not here, but every other way they are here. So, and the greatest thing to tell your sister is that her baby, her is can see yours in spirit. So just make sure keep that you keep that with you. I don't know if this is either one of these dogs, but there's a B name. B. I keep hearing a bee name. So there's an animal that has I don't know what the bee is. And there's also a duck. What was that?
No, I said okay.
And also a W. Keep the W with you too, because there's also an animal that's like Whiskers or Whitney or Walter. There's a W name, and it's an animal too. So, I also tell people that there's no essence of time in spirit. So these animals could be your parents. They could be your grandparents. I never know exactly what time frame they're coming in, but I think it's just a great way to let you know.
Cool.
And your grandmother just said to me, just tell my granddaughter I am always with her in watching all the kids, and also just always watching your mom and your grandparents on your dad's side just said the same thing about your dad. And your grandmother said, don't worry, she'll make sure you figure out the charm bracelet.
All right, question. Do you have anything from my dad?
For your dad?
From my dad. From my dad. Anything.
So because your dad is crossed.
Right, right, right.
Oh, got it. It's very interesting that your father. Well, your father just gave another reference to what I asked you about the anniversary.
Yeah.
There's a second. He validates what he wanted. He just said to me he's the one that asked about the birthday or anniversary. So I don't know if that's connected to him, but he's validating it. But Carrie,
His anniversary is the 28th.
oh my God, wow, I love that. That was
This
him.
Sunday.
But he also just said to me two things. There's another birthday or anniversary very close to, in addition to his anniversary. You've got something coming. And do you know what it is?
No, but go ahead.
But he also just said to me that you feel him and know that he's around all the time. And he talks about a tattoo or a birthmark. There's something connected to the family or somebody connected to you that either got. And usually when they bring up tattoos, it's in memory of somebody, unless someone just got a
Yeah.
tattoo or a funky
My
birthmark.
My niece just turned 18, and my brother took her to get a tattoo, and she had Papa written on her arm.
Wait a minute, Papa for her grandfather?
Yeah, that's my
Oh
dad.
my
Yeah.
God! Oh my God! No wonder why he's giving it as a validation. I
Yeah,
love it.
yep.
But also, who's got the? You've got to keep in mind the funky birthmark. I'm just saying that's what your
Okay.
father just said. So just make sure you keep it with you. And I got to take a break, Carrie. This has been such a delight for me, and I'm just going to leave you with that. And lots of love to you. Okay.
So fun. Thank you so much.
All right, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium with Coach Elix. And let me go to the next caller. Hi, who's this?
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
It's Jen.
Hi, Jen. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you? It's been like 2 weeks since I talked to you.
What did you talk to me on here?
No, I had a private reading with you a couple weeks ago.
You did? Wow. Well, I hope you liked it.
I did. I loved you.
Good. Well, I love you too, Jen. So listen, let me connect here. You know, one of the things I tell people all the time, never mind the radio because I can't tell voices, but I don't remember readings at all, which is good for me. And I never want people to take it personally. But you know,
Stephen, there's a noise in the background. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can't. Jen, do you have your radio on or the volume on or something?
It could be my headset. Because I'm using my Bluetooth headset.
Yeah, let me see.
You want me to take off my headset? I can take my headset out if you want.
No, it stopped.
It went away.
Did it?
Yeah, I took out my headset.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I can still hear it though. Can you, Elix?
A little bit in the back.
Well, so let me
not as loud though.
So I can let's do this, Jen. So hopefully it's not a big interruption, but in any case, there's right before you there's a lot of people speaking here, Jen. Right before you called in, there felt like two things here. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just calling off TV in the other room because that could have been it too.
Oh, this is much better, Jen.
Okay.
Yeah, much better. Okay, so right before I got to you and didn't know who this was, I kept hearing a father figure talking about stop worrying, to stop worrying. I don't know what he's talking about. Is this dad or is this a grandfather?
It could be my grandfather.
Okay, so your dad is still here?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I just asked him, and it feels like it's actually your father's side. Even though it seems weird because he just said to me, you would think dad's grandfather on the other side would come first, but I don't know what that means. But in any case, just know that your grandfather's giving it as a validation. And also, Jen, was there a car accident?
Yes.
Because the reason why I asked that is because right before, again, I picked the caller up, I was in slow motion. I could, and I just asked Spirit, I'm like, what are you showing me? And I could tell that it was like the accident felt like it was all happening in slow motion, whatever had happened. So was this connected to you or somebody connected to you?
My brother-in-law, my sister's husband, the father of my nieces, was killed in a car accident.
Oh my God, Jen. Wow, I'm sorry about that. But so it's just know that it's him. Do they have kids?
They don't have kids, but they have fur babies. They're moms to fur babies.
And I always tell people that those are kids. And that's, listen, if I crossed over and I came through for a reading with Elix, I would call our kids, even though they're fur babies too. Just because they are our kids, right? But just know that your brother.
That's my niece says she's a mom to her dog, and
I love it.
I'm her DP. She makes the dog. I'm her DP.
I love it. Just make sure you know that your brother-in-law is stepping forward to let you know. I don't know whether he came through or not in the reading, but he's here just to let you know he's around. And he just said to me that he loves the fact that the one plus in spirit is that he gets to protect and watch not only your sister but the entire family, which is pretty amazing. And don't dismiss the grandfather, your father's. Did you not know him, or
no? I didn't know. My father was adopted by my grandfather that I did know, and I never met my biological grandfather ever.
Wow, so I thought so, because the way he was giving me a symbol was that you two weren't together on the physical world. Just know, Jen, that he just said this call is certainly with your brother-in-law, but this call is to let you know that he's a guardian angel for you, and he's always with you. And anytime you need something, or you're on the fence about something, just make sure you reach out to him. And I know it may sound weird because you didn't know him, but it's just he's waiting. He's just waiting to help you, and how much he loves you. And he's always around you. And I don't know what the worry thing is, but I just keep hearing him saying, just say, don't worry, stop worrying, stop worrying. So however that falls is the way he wants to give that to you. So I will leave that with you, Jen. So thank you so much for calling.
That makes sense.
I love it. I love it. Listen, you have a great day and lots of love to you.
You as well. Thank you.
Alrighty. Bye-bye, Jen. Okay, so let me go to the next caller. Hi, this is Steven. Who's this?
Hello.
Hello. Hi, who's this?
Kaylee.
Kaylee. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Good. It is Kaylee, right?
Yep.
Okay. So let's check in with Kaylee. Kaylee, who's the Rosemary or Rose or Roseanne or the Rosaries? How is there a connection with roses or a rose?
My middle name's Rose, and so is my daughter's.
Oh my God, Kaylee, how cool is that? I love it. What's really cool is that you got a lot of loved ones and you got a lot of angels around you. And I have on my desk when I do when I do like Facebook Lives, or more so when I do readings, I put my laptop on a couple of box DVDs, so it's just higher. And one of them is that old show from the 80s, Roseanne, and your loved one was like, you got to start with Rose. You gotta. So just know that it's just a really beautiful validation. But you have 2 kids?
No. I only
You just
one.
have all right. Okay, are you looking to have a second? Why are they telling me 2?
I don't know. I mean, I wanted to, but I only had one so far.
That's very interesting that I tuned into you and I just keep seeing 2. Well, you know what? However it works, I'm sure it's going to work out the way you want it to work out. So that's a great thing. And Frank, who's Fred or Frank? I don't know if this is like an uncle or is I feel like I'm getting pulled to your daughter's. Are you with your daughter's dad?
No, he's passed.
Oh my God. No wonder why he's making me ask. Kaylee, I just got so pulled to him. Oh my God, he is in tears. Kaylee, one of the most amazing things with this reading is that I would have put money that he's here. There's no question I would have put money that he's here because of the connection that you two have. He's just in tears because how much he loves you, and he's just always around you. And who's the John, Jim? Who's the G or J name? That he keeps. Was he named after somebody? Do you know? Like, was his first name like a grandfather's middle name, or was his middle name something like that?
His middle name was his mother's maiden name.
I love that. So that's what it is. Usually when I get G or J, it's either the name, or what they do is they give that to me as like a junior, and what they want me to ask is like he's got one of his names is from another generation, or so that's interesting. I've never heard someone's middle name and that was his mom's maiden name. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty wild. Do you feel him?
Not yet, no.
Just know that I ask it, that way because he's just telling me that he's, but you guys were together, right?
Yep.
When I just said that, he looked at me and was like, of course we were together. Yeah, of course we were. He's just and someone's gonna, I don't know when, wait a minute, do you have tattoos?
I have a tattoo, yes.
But are you getting one for him?
Yep.
But you don't have it yet.
No. Not yet.
Wow. He knows. He definitely knows. He's just said to me that you two talked about getting tattoos together.
Yeah, we did.
Oh wow, Kaylee. He just went right into my ear and was like, the two of us just talked about being together forever and getting tattoos together, and that it was just a symbol of just how much we love each other. And when he stepped forward, and as soon as I saw those tears, Kaylee, I knew, oh my God, this was such true love, and I can feel how much you miss him and how much he loves you. And he just said, just please tell Kaylee, wait a minute, was he one of two kids?
No, he was one of 4.
I was just asking because he keeps pushing on the two. Are you one of two?
I am, yep.
Oh, so maybe that was the two kids, because it's probably someone that's coming in with him that, like a grandparent or somebody who's connected to you. So that's the two kids that I'm getting, you and your sibling. But you just got to know, Kaylee, that he's with you. And he just said to me that when you're in the bed, do you have something on the bed that's his?
Yep.
Oh my God, Kaylee. He because he just said, bring that up because I want to prove to her that I am right there with her. Like, I don't leave her. I don't leave my daughter. I'm with her all the time. And it feels like a pillow or something that you can hold or wrap. Does that make sense?
I have a shirt in my bed.
Wow. So no, that's something that you can grab, hold, and just know, Kaylee, that he's funny also, by the way. He's got like the best sense of humor, because when I just said like a pillow, he looked at me, it's like, I didn't say a pillow. He's very funny. And he just wants to make sure he wants to make you laugh and smile, and just know, Kaylee, that it's you're going to get through this. It's going to be okay. And that he's with you all the time. Like, he's never left. Physically, I know that's a biggie because you can't like physically see him. But Kaylee, please believe me that he is on your side. He just said like you two are like Batman and Robin, like it's a duo. And that the worst part about this was that you two honestly just thought that physically you two would be together in this life, in this journey forever. And that's been just giving you a whirlwind of dealing with everything. But he's so proud of who you are as mom, and is going to be with you every single second. So I'm up for a break, Kaylee. And listen, I send you so much love. And I know he does too. And he just said to me, well, now that you can go to a commercial break, Stephen, I can get back to loving my Kaylee. So lots of love to you, Kaylee, okay?
Thank you.
All right, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Through the Static. This is Stephen, the medium, with Coach Elix. Just before I go to the next caller, my niece just told me that there's another person impersonating me on Instagram. It's so frustrating, and I don't like to put a lot of energy into this negativity, but on Facebook or Instagram, this has happened to me before, and it's happening again. Just for anybody listening, or to share this with people, I never ever ask people and initiate going to them and saying, do you want a reading? I feel there's angels around you, send me money. It doesn't happen that way. So if you do see something that looks suspicious and there's not a lot of followers, if you can report it, I would love it. And you'll always notice that there's either two V's in Stephen or two M's in Masick, or it's just, and of course they blocked me so I can't see it. And I've got these, my niece and my cousin just sent me a message, and I'm sure on Facebook Live I started getting all these messages and I couldn't understand why, and Elix just figured it's probably because of that. So, oh boy. But let me go to the next caller, and let's stay in the positive realm here. Hi,
Hello?
This is Stephen. Who's this?
Joy.
Joy?
Yes. Hello, Stephen.
Well, Joy, first of all, love the name. I mean, how can you get any better than Joy, right? It's beautiful. I love it. So let me get this really quick because I don't have much time. So there's two people here. There's a father energy. So is your father crossed or here?
He's crossed.
So know that your dad is stepping forward, and there's also a grandmother that's on your mother's side. Your mom is still here?
She is.
But your grandmother on your mom's side is crossed.
Correct. Yeah.
So just know that both of them are stepping forward to let you know that they're around you. They're with you. They also keep talking about your father just said there's a dog with him in spirit. I don't know if you grew up with dogs but it feels like it's twofold. It feels like he's talking about a dog in spirit, and it feels like there's a dog here that's connected to you. Do you have a dog now?
We do. Yeah.
So just, I think it's your father just giving it as a validation. There's also someone with initials. I don't know, Joy, if this was something that, like, as a kid, like, and then they kind of grew out of it, but, or this could be an animal, but is there a connection with like TJ or AJ or PJ? There's initials somewhere. Make sure if it doesn't come, you keep it with you, because they keep giving me CT or there's initials somewhere. I don't. You have a significant other?
I do.
So just the initials are for him. So he's got somebody connected to him that someone was initials.
AJ.
Who's AJ?
He has an aunt that has passed.
And wait a minute, and her name, she went by AJ?
Yes.
Wow, how cool is it? Is he there with you? Did I just hear him?
He is.
So tell him, and I know I just heard, I heard his aunt AJ just say, "Oh my God, Joy's going to be so upset. Like, she's calling and your husband is getting these validations." But it's, and you said it's an aunt, right?
His aunt, yes.
Yeah. So Aunt AJ just wants to reach out to, is it your husband, boyfriend?
Husband.
Just wants to let you know that she's reaching out and giving him a big hug. Whether he knew her, whether he was close to her, it doesn't matter. She just wants to give that as a validation. And Aunt AJ or AJ just said to me that she loves you, by the way, Joy. Loves the connection, and there's I know this is your calling, but your husband's got a lot of energy because there's a very, very strong father energy. I don't know if this is your father-in-law or if this is a grandfather for your husband, but there's a really strong energy there, and it feels like there's like I'm in mud. I don't know if your husband somebody did like dune buggies or racing, or this is like fishing in mud, but there's something with, like, I can see my feet are like all dirty. So just make sure, I don't know if you can hear me, but just make sure he gets that and knows that.
He's right here. Were the dogs associated with AJ?
I think so, because this, I can never control who's coming through, but your boy, your husband, he's got a lot of energy, and the dog it's a bigger dog. It's like, it's not a small dog. It's a bigger dog. So just make sure you keep it. And there's a G or J connected to it. I don't know if this is the name or if it's like a German Shepherd or what was that?
I'm asking him what it was.
So just
would
make
know.
yeah. Just did he grow up with dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it feels like a shepherd or a retriever or that size or close to that size. Maybe a little bit smaller, but just very, very connected to him. So I know you're calling,
Okay.
but everyone's just keeps coming through for him. So Joy, blame your husband for this. And your husband's connected to Billy or Bob. Who's the B?
My husband's name is Billy.
Oh my God!
And
So
his uncle is Bob.
wow. So Billy, you're getting a reading through your wife. Thank your wife. I love it. I love it, Joy. And listen, I wish you're gonna have to call back so I can do more for you because I got to get moving here, Joy. And listen, again, just don't give Billy any supper just because he took your reading. So I don't know what to tell you. No, but listen, by the way, before I hang up, you are really, really connected. I just heard somebody on your site said she's so connected and she does not know it. So keep that with you, okay? And Joy, thank you for calling and lots of love.
Thank you so much.
Alrighty, Joy.
We
Bye
will
bye.
definitely call back.
And let me get to the last caller. Hi. Oh, hi, this is Steven. Who's this?
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Megan.
Hi, Megan. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Megan, whose middle name is an A? Soon as I think it's a middle name, unless you've got like somebody connected, family member with like Anthony or Anna or Angela, or there's a really
Yeah,
strong.
my mom is Ann.
Oh, I love it. I was going to say there's a really strong like AN name connected to you, but your mom is here.
She is.
So just know that they're just giving a validation to your mom, and I don't have a lot of time, but Megan, you better hang on, because they just showed me my symbol, a calendar of 2021. You've got things happening, like really good things happening. So if I don't know where you are in life right now, but it feels from what Spirit's telling me that is 2021 is like, it's it for you. It's like your year, but it's your year to sort of like let loose and open up. And, you may have a great job right now. You may be in a good place. It just means that it's even a bigger place, a greater place. But when I just heard, tell her to keep her seatbelt on or buckle up because and I just heard it's very needed. It's deserved and it's necessary. So I don't know how that ties in or plugs in. By the way, who's the teacher? Who was the teacher or is the teacher?
Who my sisters are teachers.
Wow. So just, again, it's just it feels like it's a grandma who's stepping forward and giving that as a validation, just to let you know that she knows everything that's going on with the family. But all I can tell you, Megan, is just hang on for this year because it's crazy. And, the last thing I'll tell you is that somebody in spirit, and it feels like a grandmother just said to me that over the past, whether you recognize this or not, over the past, year or 2 years, there's just been a lot of growth with you, but internally. And it almost makes me feel like trying, like figuring out who Megan is and like what Megan wants, and more importantly, like what Megan deserves. And I think it's just a really wonderful compliment your loved ones are giving, and just really look forward to this year. Okay.
All right,
perfect, Megan. Thank you so much, and lots of love to you.
Okay, thanks.
Alrighty, bye bye. So just like that, in a snap of a finger, it's over, Elix. Elix?
I am here. Yes, it is.
Are you napping?
No, I'm just muting so that you don't hear any distractions. So.
Well, what's going on down there? A potty?
I didn't want to cause any additional feedback.
Oh my God. So I can't believe I got to get off this through the static and start, dealing with these dummies, impersonators, which is just so irritating. But Elix, tell everybody before we leave where they can find you, what's coming up, your show, and all of that.
If you're listening and you're not following me on Instagram, please find me at Coach Elex on Instagram or Coach Elex on Facebook. And please tune in on Friday at 1. Get a grip with Coach Elix. This Friday is part 2 of my personal story from trauma to triumph and overcoming adversity and reclaiming your life.
I love it. I very much love it. And I am Stephen the Medium. That's how you find me, Facebook, Instagram. And I will just tell you, I've got a lot of great things coming up that I can't really say too much about right now, but they're great things coming up,
They're
right?
big,
Yes.
real big.
Yes, very, very big. But I got to keep the lid on it for now. So, thank you, Mark, the wonderful producer who has his show on before mine, Mark's Jukebox from 3 to 5. Check it out because it's a really, really great show. And we'll have a great week, and we'll see you next Wednesday, 5 o'clock for Through the Static. So, bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.